Mini has had a long racing heritage across the world, which is why this spunky little hot hatch is a very important introduction. I'm here at the 2019 LA Auto Show, and this is the 2021 Mini Cooper John Cooper Works GP. Let's take a first look. So anytime you see a Mini with the John Cooper Works badge, you probably know it's going to be a performance model, but when you see the GP badge, that stands for Grand Prix, this is a limited production high-performance Mini that's designed to be a hot hatch because Mini has really turned up the wick underneath the hood. This is the company's 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's the most powerful production Mini ever here in America, and it makes 302 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. This is the same motor that I reviewed last month in the BMW M235i, the X2 M35i, because as you guys know, that car shares a platform with the Mini Countryman. Now in this particular package, in a car that weighs this little, Mini says you should get to 60 in around 5 seconds, which is again Type R levels, Civic Type R levels of performance. And unfortunately, the old GP used to offer a manual transmission. Mini says you can only pick an 8-speed ZF automatic. They say that this doesn't come with a manual anymore because they just didn't have a manual transmission that could handle the torque and the power that this new engine pushes out. So as a special version of the Mini Cooper John Cooper Works, you can believe that the styling of this vehicle is going to be unique. In fact, even the color, if you guys want this car, you can have it in any color you want as long as it's this gray with the red accents. Mini is only building 3,000 of them for the US, and you can only get it in this specific color. The front grille, you can see, has been tweaked. It has a much bigger air intake. You have a lower front extension over here. Then you have these full LED headlights, which are standard. The hood scoop over there, surprisingly, is not functional. I was expecting it to be functional, but as you can see, there's no actual holes there to actually let in some air. But I do like a lot of the black accents. You can instantly tell this is a special Mini from the color combination, from the way everything looks. Now, another unique styling element with the GP are these fender flares. These are super interesting to look at because these are actually made of carbon fiber. This is an exposed carbon fiber piece that is actually designed to add some downforce, they say, and it also widens the vehicle to accommodate these bigger 18-inch wheels. These are specific hand-cooked tires that are developed exclusively for the GP version, because remember, this car is still only front-wheel drive. It has a limited slip differential. Mini put on these fat, sticky tires on it, these 18-inch wheels, to kind of help with traction because, again, you don't want to have too much torque steer with a front-wheel drive car like this. Now, with all this performance, Mini actually already lapped this car around the Nürburgring, and it actually did it in under 8 minutes. For a front-wheel drive hot hatch, that is very impressive numbers. I actually think that the fender flares are probably the coolest aspect of this car. You'll have to let me know in the comments below what you guys think, but it's kind of going to instantly remind you that this is the special model. Now, you're probably wondering, what does the 2020 mean over here on this fender? This is actually going to correspond to the build number of your car. This one here says 2020 because it's a pre-production model, so whatever number you guys do decide to buy, remember, there's only going to be 3,000 of them built for the US. Now at the rear, it wouldn't be a hot hatch without a massive wing, and you can see Mini puts a big table on the back of the GP. All the GPs in the past have always had this wing. They say this wing is actually functional. It's going to add some downforce when you guys are attacking your favorite road or taking this thing out onto the track. The Cooper itself got a refresh a couple of years ago where they have these new LED taillights with the British flag kind of embroidered into the taillight. The rear bumper diffuser you can see is new. It has its own unique exhaust system, which, being that this is the same motor in the X2 M35i, that sounded really good, so I'll be looking forward to seeing how this thing actually drives. Now, opening up the cargo area, you can see the one thing you're going to notice, Mini has removed the back seats. On the GP version, the old ones also didn't have a back seat. Instead, they put this red bar here, and the red bar here is supposed to actually just protect you from your crap in case you guys are on the track and you have something flying around, or it also could add structural integrity. But just remember, if you guys buy this, it's a race car, so there's no more back seats. Now on the inside of the GP version, you can see there are some exclusive details in here to kind of remind you you're in the high-performance limited production model. The seats are going to be the first thing. These are a little bit more aggressively bolstered. I also like the fact that they put suede Alcantara with these contrasting stitching. These are basically the only seats you can get. They're a manual adjustable seat, which, remember, this is supposed to be a race car. Now, in terms of the rest of the interior, you can see traditional Mini dash design here. There is a new LCD display here that's actually a full LCD. I like the way it looks. It looks very techy. It looks much better than the previous generation display. The dashboard here is a soft touch material. You have the Mini infotainment system here that includes Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto, however, because BMW doesn't do that, so Mini doesn't. Over here you can see this area here is going to show what production number you've got. So this one being a pre-production model, it says 2020 it's supposed to say this is the number 2020, but because this is just a pre-production model, they just did that for demonstration purposes. The 8-speed automatic, you can see, it's got that traditional BMW-like shifter where you can push P for park, kick it forward for drive, pull it back for kick it forward for reverse, pull it back for drive. You've got this controller here to control that. So overall, it's got the usual tech that you want in here, but it's a little bit more Spartan, but I think I'm kind of okay with that. You also can't get things like a sunroof in this vehicle, but check out the headroom. So remember, if you're going to be taking this thing out to the track, you're going to want a lot of headspace because you're going to want to be able to clear a helmet, especially if you guys are a little bit taller. So if you guys are looking to purchase the most powerful production Mini ever, what's it going to cost? Well, Mini has already announced pricing. This car will start at just under $45,000 for this model, and there are really no other options to add, although I will expect, because of such the limited production run, there's probably going to be a fair amount of dealers charging a markup on this thing because of how powerful it is and how rare it is. So if you guys are looking to purchase one of these, spring in 2020 is when Mini says they'll be hitting your local showrooms. For Redline Reviews here at the 2019 LA Auto Show, I'm Sofyan Bey.